First PT session, Tony Pang, after about 4 years been away for PT. Oh my fucking god. Journey started, we done a cleanse C9. Now I'm doing 2 sessions a week. Oh, I'm going to do probably one of these after every session just to look back on. Fuck me. Long journey, but I hope it's going to be worth it. So the moment, the defining moment for me for when I thought, enough's enough, and it probably should have been before this, but there was loads of like kind of wee things, and I started dieting, but the actual defining moment was just before I went to India. I had this pain in my foot. It was 2018, April 2018, yeah. And I went to the doctors and I was like, fucking something's happened to my foot, don't know what it is. I thought I'd smashed my leg like off my bedside table during the night. It was really that sore. Anyway, so we goes into the doctors and the doctor was looking and they do a scan and they're like, alright, we think maybe you've fractured your foot. I'm thinking, what the fuck, I fractured my foot? Like, I thought I'd have known like I'd fractured my foot. Anyway, results had come back. She says, I just want to do some bloods. Results come back and it came back in. I had gout. So I didn't know what gout was. It's uric acid crystals that formulate in your body, and they tend to try and like escape through your toe. That's how I've been told anyway. This pain was ridiculous, and I says to her like what can I do? And she basically says to me like, she's like, you have to lose weight. She's like, it's your diet. She's went through like drinking beer and other alcohol, red meats, shellfish, diet just was horrendous. So yeah, the doctor says to me, I was grossly overweight and I had to lose weight or else potentially I could die. And my first and initial reaction to that wasn't, thanks very much for giving me this life-changing advice and I'm going to take it on board and I'm going to go and try and do something about it. Mine was like, how dare you say that to me in front of like my missus at the time. Like my ego took an absolute battering and almost kind of cowered in, and it was defence. I remember leaving and I was like that to my then girlfriend. I was like, I can't believe she said that. It's so fucking cheeky. And now I can reflect back on it and I'm like, well, she said that for a reason. Like that literally changed my life, you know what I mean? That literally changed my life. And for me to come out of that and think, to take that advice, I need to let go of my ego and not think about how it makes me feel, but why was the woman saying, why was this doctor telling me that? That's what I had to think. Why was she telling me that? And the more I think about it now, it's like, she wasn't saying it for her ego or, to make herself feel good. It was genuine concern because of how I'd let myself go. Thursday World Cup as well started, so a lot getting in the way. People want to go for beers, etc. But I was out yesterday and my mate had waffles and he had waffles with chocolate sauce. Pardon me, sorry, I'm trying to do this just to wake up to get everything fresh in my mind. He had waffles, chocolate sauce, strawberry milkshake, and I had a water. Soul destroying. But I think when you get to stages like that, that's when you know your head's in the game, and my head is in the game. So I'm going to smash it. So there was a time I recall I went to the carnival. This was about 2017. And this was me on the way up, like eating wise, like it was just getting out of hand, getting ridiculous. And I was there with my, at the time, girlfriend and her wee boy. I remember having a good time, and he's asked to go on one of the rides. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll take you on. I remember when we were walking up towards it, and I was waiting in the queue, and it was like almost a kind of panic attack, and I was thinking, fuck, how's that? Because I seen there was at the side it said there's a height and a weight restriction, almost size. And I remember looking down the queue and I seen a guy in front of me who was bigger. Well, I thought the guy was bigger. And I was thinking, if he gets on that, I'll be fine. That's all I kept saying to myself. If he gets on it, I'll be fine. And the queue went down and down, and the guy got up and sat in his seat and got harnessed in. He was on it, I'd be fine. Or so I thought. And I got up to it, and our wee boys jumped on. He was all excited, and I've jumped on beside, sat and kind of spilled over a wee bit, and I was like, oh shit. And the guys came over to pull the harness down on top of me. And he's come over to pull it down. As he's pulled it down, it's came to there. And there was a kind of moment between us where he didn't say anything. He didn't say, oh, you're too big for this or whatever. But I knew, and he knew, that I was too big for the ride. And yeah, I mean, for me, that was awful. Like, how I felt at that precise moment, having to come off there. I had to turn around and say to our wee boy that it was broke. We couldn't go on it because it was broke. It wasn't broke. I mean, I was too big for it. But how do you explain that to a child? So I remember, like, when we came away from there, and like, I went from having such a great time at the carnival to having the fucking worst night of my life, or one of the worst nights anyway. And I was like, on the way home, like, not even speaking and stuff like that. And I suppose now on reflection, like, I can think about that, and as much as I didn't realise this at the time, probably not until I've spoke about it, is that had such a big impact on me with, like, relationships. And I didn't know, because I didn't realise at the time, because we split up not long after that. And I'm not saying that was like direct, from that, but in terms of everything that was going on, how unhappy I was and etc., that played a massive part in kind of, my relationship and my whole life. Not just how I looked and how I felt, but how I made other people feel. And for me, that was huge. So I remember thinking, what can I do? And I'd lost weight before, about 8 years before. I'd lost some weight with Tony Pang, and basically put it all back on, plus some. And I remember sitting thinking, I need to, like, go back and get help from, like, a personal trainer, because I can't do this myself. I've tried to do it myself, I can't do it myself. I've tried so many fucking times, tried so many different diets, and I just can't do it. Simple as that, I can't do it. So I reached out, and I messaged Tony, and I was like, I need your help. I need your help. And that's it. I went in to see Tony in June 2018, and that's when my journey began. I basically just said to him, like, I need your help. I need your help. We arranged to go in and see him, and I goes in and sees him. And literally from that day, like, that was a big defining factor for me, going in to see Tony not to judge the fact that I'd put on weight that we'd lost before, and start afresh and just go with it, just from that day on, thinking every day from now on, I'm going to try my hardest to be the best version of what I can be. Some days have been amazing, some days haven't, but you know what, over the scale of the week, it's been positive every single week. That's outweighed the bad. The good has always outweighed the bad. But I remember I was sitting outside the gym. It was an Extreme gym in Glasgow, which still not a bodybuilder's gym, you know what I mean? And I was terrified, absolute terrified. I remember sitting outside thinking, if you go in here and see Tony for the second time, you must see this through. You must see this through. You cannot get in here and you cannot fail. This is it. This is the last chance. And I was battling with myself, and I nearly drove away. I genuinely nearly just drove away. I genuinely did nearly just go, yeah, it's not. And I was just like, you know what, stop thinking about it, get out of the car and just go in there. And that's what I did. Out in the car, straight in, and literally never looked back again. When I went into the gym, it wasn't what I expected it to be, you know what I mean? And the people were friendly, and as I've been training there for nearly 2 years, I've met some amazing people in there, you know what I mean? And it's been the absolute best training environment I could have ever imagined. People are very, very supportive, and people help you, and I think that helps. And this is what I say to people as well: when you're going to get into a training environment and you're being very sceptical about where to go, pick wisely where you train. pick very wisely where you train, because you don't want to be feeling like, you know, you don't feel part of the furniture in the place, especially if I was there every single day. Like, you know, I should be feeling part of the furniture, and I do feel part of the furniture, but you don't want to be like people looking down at you or whatever else, or, you know, thinking people are judging you or looking at you or watching you, feeling that, you know, you don't fit into that place because you're not in the same shape as the other people. Like, that's irrelevant. You're all there for the same thing, to go to the gym. You know what I mean? I didn't realise that at the time. I was looking at these guys thinking, fucking hell, I could never lift that. Probably lifting more than half them now, but that's a different story. Just done full legs because I'm in 3 times this week, so I've done full legs today. Brutal, absolute brutal. Starting to see differences in my body changing, starting to see my sides tighten, my chest is starting to develop. I mean, by no means am I fucking Hercules, but you know what? When you start to see results, you really start to believe in what you're doing. And I think that's important. So I think we're about the 10-week stage for that, which I think everybody says is probably normal, and I've seen it the last couple of weeks. So yeah, training's been good, eating's been okay. I was away, I was obviously drinking alcohol as well, which doesn't help, we know that. I was meant to be going away next week to Amsterdam, but I'm not going. And then I think that'll be me until maybe November, so I'm going to have a clean October, and I really, really hope the month of October I see massive changes, as in weight, as in eating, and I'll have a full go at it, really, because my training's been good, but I just feel that there's always something coming up. I need to I'm going out for a drink, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and going out for a meal or whatever else, you know what I mean? I always feel there's something coming, so I think October will be a big month.
First started working with Derek. Originally, he was with another PT. I'd actually seen him train in the gym and saw that he was putting in the work and the effort. When Derek had came to me with a specific goal on, he was going on a lad's holiday. At that point, he did feel self-conscious about going on holiday and not being in shape compared to the rest of his friends. So it was pretty much he would do whatever it took to get a result. So for me, he wanted to lose the most amount of weight in the quickest possible time frame. So for me, we kind of got to work. I knew he could do what it took in terms of the training. He trained hard. And in terms of nutrition, it was really just giving him structure and a plan to follow, and give him something that was going to make sure he was going to stick to the plan.
I remember just thinking about letting Tony down. That was the biggest thing. When we got in, and when I walked in the doors, it was like a weight had just been lifted off my shoulders, as if to say, right, okay, we're here, we're back, this is where the hard work starts now. This is it, this is the moment. And literally from that day, I mean, it's been a roller coaster ride. There's been highs and lows and ups and downs, but generally, we're always going forward. You know what I mean? I've never like kind of fell off the wagon for like a few months or whatever else. It's always moving forward. Sometimes we stutter and start, but we always get back up, dust ourselves down and move forward. That's been it. Some days I'm like a steam train, other days it's like, you know, I can't just kind of chudding along, but we're always moving forward, and I think that's the most important thing, with setting goals, setting targets, and just striving for them all the time, and just getting to where I want to be.
So second time around, by the time that Derek had contacted me, I'd already seen what he was capable first time around in terms of the type of result that we got, and with such a little kind of time frame to that. The second time around, like most of clients that kind of produce something great and come back, there was also that chance that was someone going to be as motivated the second time as they were the first time, is always a question I tend to kind of ask myself. And what's different second time around compared to first time around? Have they put the weight back on? Have they managed to keep it off? Like, what's motivating them second time around that's either going to be greater than the first time to produce something probably a lot more spectacular, because what I always find is people are more motivated to change first time around, and so once they know what's involved, that could either make things better or worse second time around. So the more you work with clients, the more you really start to get a feel of what it really takes to get the most out of a client. And when it came to Derek, he always had a kind of point to prove to me, and it was always the case that whatever you say I can't do, that I'm going to go out my way and prove to you that I can. And so it was one of those situations that I said do 10, he done 15. I want you to do 20, he says 25. I want you to do 100, he put 140, not knowing that 3 days later, he was coming back crawling saying, that session has absolutely buried me. I'm in the worst pain in my life. But do you know what? The next week we've done it again, and we've done it again.
So how it came about for me to become a PT and start helping other people was, I was on my journey, and I was, working hard, training really hard. My diet was good, and I had just the basic guidelines that I followed that my personal trainer gave me, and absolutely, it was like almost like a secret ingredient that nobody else seemed to click on it, you know what I mean? And people were asking, how are you doing so well? Like, I've been going to the gym and I'm doing this, and I've been doing a million other things, and I can't lose weight. And I'm explaining it to them and saying, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it. And they're coming back to me 2 weeks later, I've lost more weight in the last 2 weeks than I did in the last 2 months with my personal trainer. And it was a girl in particular, she says, you explain that so well, and then that kind of started happening to other people, and I'm just saying things to people, and they're like, so naturally just kind of saying kind of how that is. Have you ever thought about being a trainer? And for me, being a fucking overweight fat guy for all the years, I never ever in my wildest dreams thought anybody would ever take me serious as being a personal trainer. And I even thought that even this year, I still get doubted that. And I thought, you know what? See if helping people, and that's a way of helping people to do this, I could do it. So anyway, I put it to my personal trainer, and I said to him, well, what do you think? I mean, he's been in the game for 10 years and he's top of the game, and I thought he would have laughed at me. Maybe not to my face, but I genuinely thought he would have tried to put me off it, because I didn't feel comfortable with it almost at this point. And he's like, I think it's a great idea. He's like, I think it's a great idea. He said, I think you could help so many people. He says, in the market, he said, I think it's a phenomenal idea. And I was like, wow. I was like, if he believes in me, I was like, I can do this.
Job of a PT is to be able to motivate your client, to show them that they can do whatever they want to do as long as they're motivated and kind of determined to do it. And I feel as though the changes that Derek had made, that was something he was going to be able to translate to clients massively, to be able to empathise with clients, to be able to show them that what he was able to accomplish, that he could help anybody achieve those similar goals and timeframes. And I feel like when it comes to personal training, you really need to be a people person. You need to be a good communicator, and I felt like Derek was always good at that anyway, but for being able to kind of motivate the client was just because he was in that journey, because of the results he'd managed to achieve. This was something that others were going to be able to relate to, and because he was still in the journey and going through the process, this is something that he'd be able to empathise all the way through their journey. And so I highly recommended that he kind of took the plunge, became a personal trainer, showed others what they were capable of through all the kind of knowledge that I'd kind of passed down to Derek.
I started PT in January 2019. I took on clients for free, so I put out an advert saying I'd take on 15 people, train them up for free for 12 weeks, so it'd be 3 months, which would take me to March. And the response was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I had probably about 80 or 90 people message me about it. So I put out questionnaires to them all and kind of got a bit of feedback to where they were in their journey. And I basically probably wanted to help who I thought would get good results and who really needed my help. I didn't believe in myself at the start, but I'll be dead honest, I didn't believe that I could do it. to actually see that develop into, you know, me helping other people, that's where, I mean, I knew that that's what PT was going to be, but I didn't realise I had such a passion for helping other people. Like, when I see people, you know, losing weight and come in for a weigh-in or whatever and getting measured and they're losing, and they've lost inches or they've lost weight, how that made them feel, for me, was probably one of the biggest sense of achievements in my life, that I could directly have that kind of effect on somebody through what I was telling them, you know, and how I was helping them. And for me, that was just phenomenal. It worked. I was like a duck to water. Like, I just felt so natural, like going up in the morning and going to work. I didn't feel like work. Like, I was like, wow, like this is amazing. Like, I can actually help people do what I've done, and then obviously you get paid for it. And I'm like, but it wasn't even about the money. It was about helping as many people as I possibly could. And for there, it just went mental. So that started in January 2019. I've been filled the whole year. Actually been filled the whole year. Like, I've worked with people and I've stopped working with people and I've took other people on and stopped working with them as well. But the level of demand for people to come and train with me has been unbelievable. And why isn't it? I can't answer, because people say, oh, like, you know, they're trying all these different PTs, like trying all this different stuff, and I'm like, well, how can you get so busy so quick? And I'm like, I don't know. But I think it's my passion. Like, I think I'm very passionate about what I do. You know, first and foremost, like for clients, like I want to help as many people as I possibly can. I'm not caught up in numbers, I'm not caught up in money, I'm not caught up about everything else. First and foremost, it's just about getting that client in and getting them into a mindset, getting a consultation with them at the start and seeing where they are and assessing them. There's people who's come in for consultations with me, want to do like 2 and 3 sessions a week. I mean, that's big money. And I'm like, I feel that you could go and do something else before I don't feel that you're ready to do it. And sometimes people, they're like, you know, they're taken aback by it, and then they message me and they're like 2 months later and they're like, do you know what, you're right, I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. You know what I mean? So you kind of like set up an expectancy of what you expect of somebody, and if they don't feel that they're going to meet that, they're going to come back when they do. You know what I mean? But the actual journey of me doing it, it's been wow. Actual wow.
I first met Derek around about 5 to 6 years ago. Derek was a client that comes into my barbershop. So I've kind of met Derek before basically he kind of started his journey and stuff up, which I think is quite interesting. As a client, I find that quite inspirational now when I look back to seeing how Derek was at the start to how he is now as my personal trainer.
I met Derek at my son's football. He was there watching his nephew. I'd met Derek before, but I actually didn't recognise him. Now this was probably in May this year, and as I said, I didn't recognise him. Started talking to him. He told me his story. Told me he had lost 9 stone, how he had trained and what he does now, and his story just resonated with me. I felt, wow, if he can do it, I can do it. And I actually approached him on the day and asked him if he'd train me. We spoke again over the phone, and here we are.
I met Derek through Instagram. I messaged him. I wanted to find out about getting a plan in place for my diet. Wasn't feeling particularly comfortable about how I looked, and Derek suggested we had a consultation. So came up to the gym, had the discussion about what was I wanting out of it. He was interested in what was the motivational factor behind starting the gym, and I was telling him that I wasn't feeling very comfortable about going in, and essentially whether he would be able to take me on or not.
So so before Derek was personal training, I've been friends with him, socialised, went to football. So I've known Derek probably before, and like even before he decided he was going to start a journey to be a PT to better himself. So I think knowing that in the background, that we were already friends, and it would be an easy environment, because coming to a friend with to the gym with your pal, it's going to be easy, innit?
So I had decided to start training with Derek because I was looking for a new personal trainer, I had asked one of my friends for a recommendation on personal trainers, and he said to me, my friend Derek had started relatively new, this was his story. Had a wee look through Instagram, had a look through Facebook, and I thought, aye, I'm going to give this a try, because obviously he's been in a position where a lot of people are in, so he can relate to a lot more people.
The biggest benefit for me training with Derek, it's not actually physical for me, it's actually more a mental kind of side of it. So for me, my biggest bonus is a kind of positive look to my mental health. So for me, it's more kind of a lifestyle. Physically, I feel so much better, and I feel like I'm doing a lot better when I'm working out, when I'm training. But for me, when I wake up in the morning, I feel 10 times better than what I did originally before I started training with Derek. So for me, it's definitely my biggest kind of thing is my mental health.
In terms of benefits I've gained after training with Derek, I think before I answer that, I have to talk about some of the reasons why I'm in the gym in the first place. Earlier on in the year, my son drew a picture in school, and he had his mother as a stick lady, his wee sister as a smaller version of his mother, and I looked like a big fat potato. And obviously it hurts, it really gets to you, it got to my heart. And then when we were watching my son play football, my daughter was talking to some of the other parents, and she'd referred to me as Daddy Fat Pig from Pepper. And your confidence takes a shout, you know, it's kind of shattered, but you don't know what to do about it. And you look online and you feel that, yes, you know, you should be going to the gym, but for whatever reason, I just didn't have the confidence. I'd approached a few other trainers, and they just, to me, they just appeared like they were born with muscles and six packs, etc. So when I met Derek, as I said earlier, his story just resonated with me. So first and foremost, some of the gains that I've received in the gym, or some of the benefits I've received are the confidence, the fact that my children can see a physical change, my wife can see a physical change. When I go on holiday now, I'm taking my top off in the swimming pool. I'm dressing younger, I feel younger. I'm 41, you know, I used to feel like I'm 50. Now I feel like I'm 30, you know, so these are some of the gains that I feel that I've benefited from.
So training with Derek has given me a lot more confidence. I've got a young daughter, and I feel as though I can keep up with her now. We went on holiday recently, and I actually texted Derek from Dubai saying how good I was feeling, and I can't remember the last time that I felt as confident sitting beside the pool, jumping in and out with my daughter. The clothes that I wear are different now. I feel very confident in front of my clients, family, friends. It's been a big change for me.
Training with Derek is good because I think he's good at working out what gets each individual client going, so he knows what to say, when to say it to you, how to push you to maybe get that extra rep or maybe do a wee bit more. He'll tell you, no, it's alright, just go home, just leave it, knowing fine well that that's going to spur you on to do it, because he's going to wind you up or slag you the next time you come in. So it really takes away from the really what people maybe think the gym's like. It's more of a social event than actually feeling as if you're coming to the gym, which helped me massively.
So training with Derek, I'm in with Derek once a week, and I do some training on my own out with the gym. Training with Derek is really good. It's hard. There's a lot of times where he'll get a few choice phrases, but it's really good. It's hard, but it's fun, and you can totally see the benefit of it each time you come in. It's different. As well as being a personal trainer, he's actually really good at listening. He's turning into a bit more an agony uncle than anything else at the minute. So it's been really good.
I think for anyone that was looking to maybe get into training or even getting into personal training with the likes of Derek, I think the biggest thing is that it's more a lifestyle change than anything else. So I've trained with a lot of different PTs, and sometimes you can go into a gym and a personal trainer will just thrash you consistently every single session to the point where it can almost put you off. But I feel like Derek tries to incorporate his kind of workout plans into your lifestyle, so that it's not just about coming into the gym and just getting thrashed every day. You know, it really works with you and works with your diet and stuff like that as well, which I find's massive. So I think it's something not to be scared of. Something that I was maybe a little bit insecure and a little bit scared of was coming in and training with a personal trainer. But for me, I believe that Derek has your best interests in mind, and for me, I think that's the biggest thing. It's quite a personal touch.
The advice I'd have for anybody who's thinking about training with Derek is speak to Derek. He's a genuine guy. He's certainly not just after your money. After you talk to him, he'll give you a consultation. He might feel that you're not ready for them. You might feel you're not ready for him. But at the end of the day, he'll give you brutally honest advice. And for me, it's been a life-changing experience and something I should have done many a year ago.
If someone was looking to start getting personal training, I wouldn't hesitate in recommending Derek. He is very much interested in what you want out of it. It's not just what he wants. He'll take you on if he feels that he can add value, and I don't know any other personal trainer that keeps in contact with you regularly throughout the week.
So maybe a note to anybody that was looking to get into going back to the gym or starting training, and I'm probably the perfect example where I would put everything before it. I don't like the gym. I don't know what I'm doing with machines. I can't come. I don't know what a dumbbell row, overhead press was or whatever, but definitely recommend Derek because he takes that completely out of it. You don't need to worry about knowing anything. It's like the perfect balance between having fun but also making sure that you're doing something correct. So he's always going to explain to you why he's stopping you mid-rep or whatever, and he's going to have a carry on with you the other half, so definitely recommend it.
For me personally, training with Derek, I think one of the biggest things that I have got out of it is confidence. And there's been a lot of things that I've actually sat down and spoke to Derek about, and he's taken the time to actually sit and listen and say, right, we'll break it down. He's kind of made me look at things in a different way, told me to look at, it's not only within the gym, he's told me to look at things, there's other things that he's kind of pointed me in the right direction. And as I can see small changes happening, so it's not just within the gym that he's a personal trainer, it's out with as well.
So the influence I'm having on people is huge. Like, people are messaging me, like I'm putting up videos on Instagram, and people are messaging me like, I was in my bed, or I got home from work and I was shattered and I've seen this and I'm away to the gym. And I'm just like, I actually can't believe that so many people take an interest to what I actually do. Like, but there is like my inbox is like every day new people are messaging me saying, can't believe I've just come across your page. What you've done is amazing, how you inspire people. And I don't want to be remembered for what I've done. I want to be remembered for what I do. You know what I mean? I don't want to be, oh, that guy lost weight. I want to be, that guy helped me do this, that guy helped me do that. You know what I mean? I feel that what I've done is now in the past. I'm not going to dwell on that and live off that. My next thing now is to come out, start helping people, and now say, like, there's what I do. That's what I've done, but this is what I do. I help people. I educate them on, nutrition and training. I don't want to have clients in for, 2 years training with me just, out because they want to come in and train my personal trainer. I want to genuinely make a difference in people's lives. I want to get them in, educate them, show them how to do things, show them the right way of doing things, and send them on their way to go and do it themselves. You know what I mean? That's ultimately what I don't want them to come in and see me all the time, and I just want to do that with every single person that comes through the door. And the more that comes through, the more I can help, the more I can move on. So the other day I went back to the carnival to revisit the feelings and the trauma that I went through the first time. And it was probably more daunting going back just there than it was the first time, because the first time I didn't really expect it to be a negative outing. I thought it was, you know, going to carnival, you're going to go and enjoy yourself, whereas all I could think about going back was, like, what if it is Disney work, like what if you still don't get on it? And it was this negativity in my head constantly just saying, like, what if you don't do it, what if you can't do it, what if you're still too big, what if, you know what I mean? And I was just like what if, like, you're here, you need to do it, this is why you've came. So to go back and do it, first off, like, I felt good. Like, when I sat in the seat, like, I genuinely felt good. I felt athletic. I sat in, my legs were comfortable in it, it was roomy. I put the harness down, it clicked in, like, I just felt that when it clicked in, it was just such a big sense of just relief. Like, I could just feel the relief, like, leave my body, as if, yes, we've done it. The actual ride itself was horrendous. Like, I don't like stuff like that anyway, but that was horrendous, but that's a different story for a different day. When I got off, yeah, I felt good. Like, it was, you know, I felt like, fuck yeah, we've achieved something. To some people watching, or some people in life, like, going on a carnival ride is every day. That's what they do every day. They go on carnival rides, or every time they go, they take it for granted. I don't, you know what I mean? I was very conscious of the, you know, going on it and not being able to go on it. It was a big thing for me, and even so, going back to it again, I'm thinking, fucking, you put in all this hard work, like, what if you don't do it, you know what I mean? So I think for me to do it, and just to feel normal, just to feel like one of the guys that was just one of the hundreds of guys that were there, just to finally start to feel like one of them, that, you know, my weight or my size doesn't restrict me to do it. And like, those times I've felt about, you know, on seat belts and aeroplanes and stuff like that, I felt really uncomfortable with. Just now to feel just normal again is it's sensational, like, absolutely brilliant. Hi guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching my documentary. I hope you found it useful. I hope you find some parts of it really useful actually, and it helps you on the journey you're on, whatever that may be. The next part is going to be over the last 2 years I've been recording some footage of me. It's pretty raw, in the car, in the house. Basically how I felt after training, kind of my journey, but from a kind of more personal level, I suppose. And I'm going to show you some of these now, so I hope you enjoy them. Hopefully feel better. Don't even know what the purpose of these are, but I hope to look back and see, keep like a diary. That's the plan, and hope to see maybe differences even in my face and stuff on the videos, which I think would be good. Just woke up in day 2, feeling actually fresh rather than tired. Yesterday was a bit of a struggle. Last night I was craving junk food, but didn't do anything. I had some strawberries late at night. I didn't have any strawberries during the day. I had a peach actually, so maybe that was one fruit too much, but all in all, very good. Went and weighed myself there and I've lost another kilo from yesterday, which I think is 2 or something pounds, which is amazing. So feeling good, feeling a lot better today, knowing that I can go and have a main meal after 2 shakes rather than just having 1 shake. So I think that's going to make it a hell of a lot easier, that I can actually have some proper food. So I'll keep you posted on today, see how today goes. I've just had my 2 tablets, my 2 shots of aloe vera, and I've had some water. Wait half an hour, have my therm tablet, and then I'm going to go up to East Kilbride Park and go a walk, stroke jog, see how I got on. And then I'll be at the gym in the afternoon again. So So far so good. Second PT session, Friday the 29th of June. Done full body, leg was a wee bit sore, so we've done different exercises, maybe not as many squats and stuff as Monday. Absolute fucked. Looking forward to a good weekend. Eating's been good, not lost much weight, but I expected that coming off the C9, and then I would obviously see the weight stabilising, and now I would hope in the next 2 weeks to drop a wee bit more. Body fat's down, which is obviously the most important thing for what I'm trying to do. 2 down, 50 to go. So I'm just out the gym, heavy leg session there. I'm on my way to get a massage. So it's Friday, 26th. Just had my weigh-in. Weigh-in was good. Down weight this week. I think about 2 kg on average over the whole week for last week I don't even know if I'd done a video last week, I can't remember. I had a bit of a shit week, to be honest. Ready to go to Manchester, and I was in Koya's eating a bang bang shrimp, which is basically shrimp in a kind of prawn cocktail spicy sauce. Put it on my Instagram, and Tony Pang shamed me. He's like, is this what you call a diet? So basically what happened, didn't go to Manchester, cancelled it. All week I've been training like a fucking demon since Sunday morning, Monday in boxing, Tuesday boxing, Wednesday boxing, and Tony. Yesterday was boxing, and today I'm with Tony, and then away for a massage. So that was tough. I think maybe overdone it a wee bit. My shoulder's a bit sore. I'm feeling good, feeling trim, or more trimmed rather than trim. Running about my sides, my chest and stuff. So I just feel like the last maybe week it's coming together. I really do. I feel as if it's all coming to plan. I was kind of glad Tony done that. Spoke to him a bit about it. I think we got on really well psychologically. I think he knows how to motivate me. Hi guys, how you doing? I just wanted to put a wee video out the other night. I put up quite a bit of content today. Been in the gym twice, so today I've not really posted much this week due to a lot of reasons going on. I just didn't feel like posting. I've not the greatest, like the last 2 weeks I've been really struggling, motivation. You know, I've been struggling to just keep going, and when I first sat out at the start with Tony Pang, and I said, like, you know, I wanted to get down to a certain weight, and that weight was what I'd been before when I was training with him. And I got to that weight, and I just felt now it was like a mental block. You know, I just couldn't kick on for that, and it was like as if the demons in my head were saying, "Oh, you've done it now," you know, and it's like, that's you, just chuck it now, and like fucking let's just go back and eat shite, you know. And I'm just like, no, I can't do that. And I had mental battles for about a week, ups and downs. And 18th of March 2019, I've just decided today with Tony that I'm going to, Tony Pang, that is personal trainer, that I'm going to book a photo shoot for June 2019, and I'm going to keep it every week now. For now to then, every week I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to be accountable for what I'm doing in the gym per week. Put it on record today. My aim in the 12 weeks is to lose 10 kilo, get in the best shape I've ever been in my whole life, which I don't think I'm that far away from just now, if I'm being totally honest. But really push on, and you know, when I do go on holiday in the summer, feel proud to take my top off. And you know, I've been that guy on holiday before where I've not wanted to take the top off, and I've wore t-shirts on holiday, you know what I mean? because obviously I didn't want to be fat shamed. But yeah, I think summer 2019. I mean, 2018, you've seen the pictures. I did have my t-shirt off, but I mean, that was on a private beach in India and not many people seen me. And my girlfriend took the picture, so hopefully 2019 will be, is already a better year, but you know, I will take it off, and I'll be proud to walk along the beach and proud to where I've came from and where I'm going. This journey's not been easy, you know. Thus far it's been fucking torture. Morning guys, I hope we're all good today. Sunday morning, and it's photo shoot morning. I'm shitting myself. I'm scared, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm proud, I'm a load of different things. But it's just like, I know I've done everything that I can. I've got myself into the best possible shape that I could have gotten in this period of time. I can look myself in the mirror and say I tried hard, and you know, I've worked hard and I've done it. You know, I might not be a finished article yet, but that's still to come, and it will. I think today's just about going out and enjoying it, and just seeing how it is, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll keep you all posted to what's going on. A lot of people's been asking me. Some people probably don't care, but hey ho, that's life. I hope you are all having a good weekend and enjoy the rest of it. I'll post up some stories and videos later. Cheers. So this is an added bit to the documentary at the end. Obviously, since March 2020, the world has went mad and coronavirus erupted and everyone's been stuck in the house. My initial plan was to release the documentary 2020 March at the end of it. And I had to basically put that back because I didn't feel it was the right time to bring this out for people to be inspired to go and reach the gyms, because gyms ultimately closed. So now, at the end of lockdown, which is August 2020, I've thought this is the perfect time to bring this out and let people see it. Now, not only is it the perfect time for people to see it and people almost to get inspiration to go and start in the gym, it's a perfect time now to come and work with me, because I've set up a Facebook community, which has now got 60 members in the last 3 months. Every one of them is all smashing targets and results and doing really, really good. And lockdown to me has been a kind of blessing in disguise, because I would never have done that. I would have just continued to work in the gym, continued to help people one-to-one, because that was always my drive, that was always my career focus, to help people one-to-one in the gym, because I thought that was the best way. Lockdown's now showed me that I can help people, masses of people online. And that is now my new drive, to help as many people as I possibly can online. And this Facebook community gives me the perfect scenario to do that and to help you guys come and work with me at a very small price. So what can you expect from the online community? You can expect to come in, be educated on nutrition, educated on training, and just a feel-good factor about yourself. When people come into the community, they see that it's like-minded folk running about them. Folk with the same drives, same passion and same determination to lose weight, feel better and just be a better version of themselves.